Hello guys, I'm teacher Rudy and today we're going to work with our workbook. We're going to complete unit 9 and we're going to work with pages 44 to 48. So what we need to do next, open your workbook in page 44 and the first exercise that you will find is this one, exercise A, vocabulary focus. If you check, the exercise is a crossword puzzle, and what we need to do here, we need to check the actions that we have here on the pictures and we need to write it here. For example, for number 1, we have a guy using a skateboard, so the action is skateboarding. That's the thing that we need to write here. On exercise B, we need to join or match these words with these meanings. So for word number 1, we have practice. We need to match it with the meaning that belongs. In this case, it's letter D. Do something many times to get better. That is practice. Exercise letter C. We need to unscramble the words that we have there. From 1 to 6, we need to check letter by letter and order to have sense. For example, number 1, the letters that we have there is T, O, N, E, F. If we order that letters, we can create the word often. On the next page, page 45, we have a conversation, an extract of conversation. What we need to do here, unfortunately, we can't practice with another person, but in this case, we need to order these sentences to have sense. How are we gonna do? Well, we have there number 1, what's all that noise? So you need to add number 2 to the line that match with this sequence. In this case, it's letter A. Oh, hi mom, I'm just practicing my guitar. Number 1, what's all that noise? Number 2, letter A. Oh, hi mom, I'm just practicing my guitar. For the following exercise, we need to answer questions from 1 to 6. How are we going to answer these 6 questions? Very simple. We need to use this chart that in vertical it has the actions that they are made by day, and here we have the time expressions, morning, afternoon, or evening. So for example, in number 1, the question it says, what do you do on Saturdays at 10 a.m.? First, we need to check for Saturdays. Saturdays, we have this line. And at 10 a.m., 10 a.m. fits in morning. So Saturdays at 10 a.m. The answer is practice the piano. So write the proper answer. What do you do on Saturdays at 10 a.m.? I practice the piano. Complete the following questions through to 6. Then on the exercise B, on page 46, we have this exercise. We need to correct the mistake in each sentence. Each sentence, from 1 to 6, it has a mistake. So what you need to do, you need to identify the mistakes and rewrite the sentence. For example, for sentence number 1, I always studying after school. If we identify that the mistake is studying, we're going to rewrite I always study after school. Do the same for the following questions, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have this little reading. What we need to do here, first we need to read this extract, and then in these boxes, the one that you have at the end, on this side you need to put the reasons for coffee, and in the other, the reasons against the coffee. Okay? Then, on the next page, on page 47, we have another reading. In order to answer the question that you have on letter A, you need to read the whole article or the whole reading, and then you can choose the correct answer between A, B, or C. For the exercise B, again, we have these boxes that needs to be completed with sentences that we have on the reading. How we gonna do? Here on red, we have words that will help us to complete it. In this box, all the students, we have other, and between parentheses we have travel, eating, activities in the house. 4.5 hours. So what we need to do, we need to go back to the reading and check. For example, here we have the answers. All students spend around 2 hours leisure time watching TV. So once you identify the words in red, you will be able to add the activities that they do. On exercise C, we have 2 questions. How are we going to answer these 2 questions for page 48? It's very simple. On these questions needs to be added personal information, the activities that you do, the time that you spend doing the activities that the question has. For example, how many hours a day do you sleep? You're going to answer, I sleep, I don't know, 10, 8, 3 hours per day. Okay, you need to do the same for question 1 and question 2. And the last activity that we're going to have here, it's a writing. Before you start with the writing, check these writing tips. You will be adding these apostrophes on your writing. So now we have the writing. So in this case, these writings, you will not do it on the book. You will complete it on your notebook. How are you going to complete it? If you check, it says, use your answers from C and describe ideas for a typical day in your country. So in your notebook, you're going to write this email to your friend or any friend that you want, and you will start describing your activity for typical days. If you check here, we have some things that we need to cover. In my country, we can change country for San Luis Potosí. In San Luis Potosí, a typical day for students includes, and then you need to add the description that you already think. Then here we have in my free time. That means that you need to add something that you make in your free time, like watching TV or reading a book or watching the CENEI English videos, right? And the last question that you need to add is my hobbies. Here you need to add your hobbies. Which are your hobbies? Yeah, we already checked it in previous units. And at the end you have a question that you need to answer. What's a typical day for you? You need to describe a day in your life, right? So remember guys, you need to complete the workbook, and as soon as we came back to the school, we're going to check. Also, please collect this on your notebooks because we're going to grade it once you came back to the school. Right now, this is for all, and please remember, see you in the next class. In the next class, we're going to check all these answers for the workbook. Also, please be safe, stay at home, and remember, wash your hands all the time. Thank you so much, and see you later, guys. Bye.